This Destiny dude, I really don't get it. Anyway, let's get into Destiny and him doing OnlyFans.
Question:
Yeah.
If you weren't making money like you were, and you were just working some regular job in Nebraska, and you got it somewhat lucrative for you to do, would you ever?
By the way, what's wrong with Nebraska? What's he talking about Nebraska? I mean, is he talking about Nebraska in a negative way because he thinks everybody down there is a poor podunk? I don't know.
Consider doing sex work?
Am I like making a ton of assumptions here, or
Well,
like
what
that I could
assumptions
make
are you
money off of it, that people would want to buy?
Yes,
For me?
like you had the inclination that you could make, like, middle of the rock. I'm not gonna be top 1%, but let's say you can make 6 grand, six figures.
Yeah, for sure, absolutely, hell yeah, I'd do it.
You would? Okay. There's no reservation beyond like the money aspect for you.
No, but I feel like I clear a lot of the hurdles that like people worried about. Like, I'm not part of a community that would be judgmental for it. I'm not like
He's not part of it. Yeah, degenerates are not judgmental. What kind of sex work could he do, by the way? Look at this guy. By the way, it's actually sad there are people out there that would pay to see this dude have sex with other dudes or broads. That's the really sad part.
super close to my family. I don't think they would disown me. And even if they did, it's like, I think those are the two big ones.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have any reservations in regards to the idea of just having your sexual experiences online?
No, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, he didn't give a fuck. And that's why his marriage failed, by the way.
You don't care about that at all? Okay. And hypothetically, let's say your child, son or daughter, wants to do it. Do you feel similarly like that? You'd be incredibly supportive?
I mean,
let's say
I would hope they could do more with their life than that, but
I hope they could do more with their lives than that, but it's perfectly okay for me. It's not much consistency in this dude's logic.
Yeah, let's say they didn't have any financial issues because you're willing to provide for a lot of stuff, and they're willing to accept the money. Like they just want to do it. Would you be supportive of them doing so?
it was literally like their best course of action if nothing else would happen. But I mean, I'd hope they could like go to college and get a job and be like a engineer or something, or do something more than that. That'd be my hope, right?
When you say more than that, what does that mean? You don't feel like sex work is real work? Sorry, I don't.
Well, I mean, it's like a lowest common. I have a thing that I can't clear to my throat. It's gonna drive me crazy. I'm gonna sound raspy for a bit. I mean, there are more. There's like a bucket of things that everybody can kind of do, and then as you become more educated and more specialized, you get into contributions where like only you can do these things, and
Only I can do these things. How many jobs are out there that there's only a single individual that can do them? What's he talking about exactly? Notice he speaks in broad, general terms. He doesn't get super specific in a lot of cases because, that would raise more disagreement and people could call him to task more.
I feel like for at least for my child, I would want him to become like as specialized or move into that direction as much as possible.
By the way, has this motherfucker ever heard of a comb? A razor? What a lazy fuck. Jesus Christ, look at this guy.
Such that you're offering like a
Look at that patchy. This guy, he can't grow a proper beard. I mean, that facial hair is just horrible. It looks like what I had when I was 18, right? Or 17. You get that little patchwork before. And then by 19, I had like a full beard. He ain't got enough testosterone, I guess.
unique skill set or a unique contribution to the world. I feel like sex work is kind of on the lower rung of things you can offer to the world.
Didn't this guy spend years essentially monetizing his sex life? Isn't that on the same rung? Self-awareness is shocking.
Okay, but I feel like most people are not offering like a really unique.
By the way, who's this person in the background cutting cucumbers or something during his stream? What is this?
Skill sets. Am I crazy in saying that?
Yeah, most people aren't. I wouldn't want my kid to be like an electrician or a carpenter either. I'd hope he could do something more. But yeah.
I love this guy. I'm hoping they could be something more than an electrician or a carpenter. Yeah, because those are such low, base professions. What a moron. You make six figures doing that work. But it's just so beneath people. It's so beneath me. What he's really saying is I'm weak and pathetic and I have no real, mechanical or utilitarian skills of any kind beyond my ability to sit here and share my opinions ad infinitum and to make very simple issues extremely overcomplicated. That's about it. I offer nothing of any real value to the world. I'm sitting here talking about, electricians and carpenters as if they're beneath me. Get the fuck out of here, you goofball. Get a comb.
You don't. Okay, so for you, your kid being like a trade worker is like unbecoming or like not good.
I don't think it's like unbecoming. I'm just saying I think you hope that your children could like accomplish more or aspire to more. I mean, that would be my hope. But I mean, like whatever ends up working. I mean, people can find happiness in a lot of different ways. But yeah, it just depends. Yeah.
I let my wife bang other dudes.
Okay, so let's say that there's a normie and they could do well on OnlyFans. You'd be supportive of that?
Yeah, sure.
Of course he would. Yeah, there you go. Big giant degenerate that he is.
Okay, what would be any reservations you'd have beyond the career path? Is there something that would make you like, nah, I don't think I'd want this for my child?
I mean, as long as they're not like breaking any laws, and as long as they feel like they're respecting themselves and they're not compromising their.
Yeah, it's respecting yourself to let other people bang you in the ass like Destiny does. I'm open to being pegged. I love anal. When I am the receiver. Yeah. But I respect myself.
Personal integrity or health and safety for a particular thing, and probably be roughly supportive.
Okay, very fair.
Wow, Abba's a real pussy. Listen to him. He's not even challenging Destiny. Another Destiny ass kisser.
And I guess the last question I had. When people have reservations in regards to sex work, what are some of the things that you've
Shouldn't his wife do sex work, by the way? Doesn't his wife have an OnlyFans? Or his ex-wife, excuse me. Soon-to-be ex-wife.
seen that people are not okay with? Obviously, like there's a lot of social stigma, shame, but like, what are some things that you've seen, good or bad arguments?
Good or bad arguments, in terms of like why not to do it.
Yeah.
See if he can come up with anything good.
I mean, bad arguments are going to be anyone that I think like presupposes some moral feeling, because it's.
No. He asked you what would the bad be of doing it. What would the negative outcomes? Instead, he's just giving arguments he thinks are bad. This guy is a moron. How does anybody follow this guy?
Obviously, if somebody disagrees with you, you're not going to convince them on the sex topic thing, right? Like,
so he just skirted the subject, right? Yeah, because he has no arguments. He has nothing. He just restates issues in complicated ways. He doesn't have actual arguments, this moron that he is.
Something like arguing with people that it's immoral if the person's not like religious or doesn't share your. Yeah.
It is immoral because you're harming yourself. See, morality is about well-being. Not just the well-being of others, but the well-being of yourself as well. And if something harms you personally, it doesn't matter if you're not harming anybody else. If you're harming yourself, then it's also immoral. You dimwit.
Your faith is going to be a waste of time. So those are dog shit arguments, I think.
That's not what he asked you. He asked you what some of the negative outcomes could be that people might argue for. This guy, wow.
What about feelings?
What about feelings?
I don't think he has any, so. Isn't this guy autistic? Isn't Destiny an autist?
I feel like a lot of people have weird feelings when it comes to sex work that aren't necessarily related to inherently shame.
Some dude in the background was making a cucumber salad and eating it, wearing latex gloves. What am I watching here? This guy's a millionaire? What?
But just their views on intimacy and, you know, whether or not it should be private and whatnot.
Do you think this guy actually knows what intimacy is? I mean, he thinks sex and intimacy are the same thing. This is a guy who's perfectly okay with sharing his wife with other dudes. You think he knows anything about intimacy? Get out of here.
I think that if you want to go into sex work, I think what you need to do is the person.
Oh, here we go. The brilliant advice from this dude about anything that has to do with relationships or intimacy or sex work or anything. Jesus. Talk about a guy who does everything wrong. But I'm going to listen to him because he's rich. Did he make his money off of the relationship realm or the sex or just giving good advice in general? No. He just talks fast and, overcomplicates shit.
Needs to be willing to grap with the realities of what it means to
grap? You mean grapple? What the fuck is grap?
To people and people on camera, because I feel like a lot of people.
All I did was restate the issue. Well, you gotta be able to deal with having sex with people on camera. Yeah, no shit, Pinhead. Is that as deep as you can get, buddy?
Don't grasp those two realities very well. Like, sex is a pretty intimate thing. It's a pretty unique experience.
He's just defining things. Just going into descriptives. It's a unique experience.
It involves like a high level of vulnerability and trust with another person in an
Is it just me, or is he just trying to sound profound and, wise? But he's neither.
unprecedented hormonal state.
I'm going to use some big words, too. Unprecedented hormonal state. What the fuck does that mean?
And you need to be willing to grasp with that first before you make any decisions
Grasp with that. You mean grapple?
past that. And to pretend like it's not that, you're probably setting yourself up for massive disappointment or failure.
You mean like you did? By letting your wife bang other dudes? Oh, Lord have mercy.
So when you say it's intimate, it's because you're being vulnerable and because it's such a visceral reaction to it.
Doesn't intimacy require vulnerability? What is Abba even talking about? Another moron.
Both emotionally and physically.
Yeah, for sure.
Fair.
I think I've seen enough. I can't watch anymore. 5 minutes is enough of this moron. I'm at my wit's end. That's enough. That's enough, man. Can't do it no more. This guy's too stupid. No. Sorry. That's enough. Pass. That's enough of Destiny. I can't do no more, man.